I really do think that this is the exact moment in my life where I'll look back and say, yep, this is when I went insane. Because this is when I listened to the theme songs of every season of the Pokemon TV series and ranked them from worst to best. And you're probably thinking, no one in their right mind would subject themselves to that. I am definitely not in my right mind right now. Because I made myself go insane watching a series that I enjoy. But I watched the worst part of that series only, the theme songs. So here's how I'm going to do this. I'm going to be ranking every theme song of the Pokemon series from worst to best. And not the full versions, just the versions that play in the show, and there's a couple reasons I'm going to be doing it this way. Number one is that's the form they're most commonly heard, so I feel like it's only fair to judge them that way. Plus, I don't think my opinion would have changed too much of the songs if I had heard the full thing instead of just what plays in the show. And the 4 factors I took into consideration were lyrics, variation, which is just how much the song deviates from what it normally sounds like. Does the song sound the same the whole way through, or do we get a bit of variation? Sound. How does it sound? And uniqueness. How different is this song from other Pokemon theme songs? And for that last category, I have given a bit of leeway to the earlier theme songs simply because there were just fewer of them to work off of. If there are only 2 songs and I decide to write a third one, it wouldn't get so grating and so boring and so overdone as quickly. But by the 10th time I do the same thing, it starts to get annoying. Also, if you just want to leave your dislike and go, I'm just going to tell you right now, Indigo League did not make number 1. So, let's get started with number 23. Sometimes when making these lists, you have to be objective, instead of arbitrarily bumping up the seasons you grew up with. But only looking at the song itself and not weighing in childhood nostalgia, I have to say Diamond and Pearl definitely has the worst theme song. They decided to make this theme song a rap, and I use the term rap very loosely. Any structural mainstays of rap, such as meter and rhyme scheme, are thrown out the window as if they were just suggestions. The lyrics aren't much better either. No. Really? I had no idea. Seriously, the 4th generation got off on the wrong foot if they expected us to be surprised by the fact that it's a brand new generation. Even though anyone with a brain could figure that out from actually watching the show, even if it was their first time. Want to know how I know how? Because following A Maiden's Voyage was my first introduction to Pokemon at the age of 6. So don't tell me someone couldn't figure that out. It's all about the challenges. It's a brand new game and a brand new world, new rivals as you fight for survival. Yeah, overall it's just a poorly made theme song with mostly filler lyrics. Sometimes it's hard to know which way you're supposed to go. I think I'll lose just about every Gen 4 fan that was subscribed to me by the end of this. Galactic Battles is number 22. Just know that this isn't about the quality of the season, it's about the quality of the theme song. And I hate this theme song. Galactic Battles fails just because it puts you to sleep. It's boring and not upbeat at all. You know, like a Pokemon theme song is supposed to be. Also, the lyrics are so generic, you could have given an AI all of the Pokemon theme songs, told it to write one from scratch, and the lyrics would have been very similar to this song. It's just so annoying because it's clear they get people with talent to sing these songs, but just give them bleh lyrics and a bleh tempo to work with and ruin any potential they might have had. Oh, I'm not going to make very many friends with this choice. A lot of people like the Advanced Battle theme song, but I don't get the appeal. People say it's really catchy. Is it catchy? I have no idea, because by the time you get to Advanced Battle, all of the Hoenn theme songs really blend together. I don't really know if it's fair that this song is a victim of circumstance, but I don't enjoy it. It doesn't exactly help that 3 out of the 4 Hoenn themes have Advanced somewhere in the title because, hey guys, the games are on the Game Boy Advance! We're clever! Giving will never rest. Advanced Battle is the It's generic, and it runs on the fumes of its predecessors. The name of the song is unbeatable, but it got beaten 20 times, unfortunately.
I don't know what's ahead, but it won't get the best of me. There's so much to learn and battles to be won.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to talk about this one. I put Advanced above Advanced Battle because the lyrics do have a more unified theme about beginning a new journey, but it's not very catchy. I think this is because the guy that's singing elongates the last syllable of every line.
But it won't get the best of me. There's so much to learn and battles to be won.
It just sounds jarring. I don't like the way it sounds either. It just hurts my ears after a few listens. The singer's talent definitely wasn't utilized because the song doesn't allow it to be. And other than that, it's really uninteresting. This is another one of those boring ones that you fall asleep listening to.
I wanna be the very best that no one ever was.
This choice is a bit weird. Instead of writing a new theme song for the new season, they just took the lazy route and used the old theme song from Indigo League and shortened it.
Just there is my real test. To train and that's my cause. Gotta get to my
Maybe it's a metaphor for the fact that the X and Y games only added 70 new Pokemon and a lot of the routes were filled with old ones. Hey, the professor even gives you a Kanto starter. Not only is it lazy, but it panders to the older fans like so many Pokemon things have lately by saying, "Hey guys, remember Kanto?" It would have been better if they came up with an actual new theme song. At least in Johto League Champions they sampled some lyrics, but hey, it was still a different song. But alas, we cannot live in a perfect world.
A new adventure, another day. One more challenge that comes our way.
Have you ever had homework that was due in your next class, but you forgot, so you tried to cobble something together with 5 minutes left? Yeah, that's how I assume the Rival Destinies theme song was written.
We know what we've gotta do. We are together now, friends forever now.
The lyrics are a jumbled mess with no real meaning, the singers can barely harmonize, and it's not very upbeat. This song does almost everything wrong. So then, what makes it better than everything before it? Simple. It's the catchiest one so far. It's the first one on this list that I don't hate listening to, and there is something to be said about that. Normally, laziness doesn't get you a product this good, but when this is the best laziness can get you, it's probably best to avoid laziness altogether.
On the road, far from home, but you don't have to feel alone.
This is probably the most boring one on the list. It doesn't exactly help that the singer is soft-spoken and sounds like she smokes 2 packs a day. Sound-wise, it doesn't really do much to separate itself from the rest of the theme songs. The only positive aspects that are present here are in the lyrics. They have a consistent theme of being on a vast journey with people you care about, which there is something to be said about. Too bad the execution of those lyrics into music is crap. There definitely was potential here. Normally when you use the title of a series as a song lyric, it comes off as very forced. I have to give them props here though, because it was done pretty well and it was worked into the theme of the song. Or at least that's what I would say if the theme were very consistent. The theme is vague and jumps from one message to another without much cohesiveness. This was almost good, but there were definitely flaws in lyrical construction that kept me from enjoying this otherwise catchy song. And it's not entirely the song's fault. The same singer was used from Galactic Battles, and because it dips into some of the same lyrical themes, it can sound a bit similar. However, I obviously think this one was done better. Also, in the TV cut of the song, there is a male voice used for the first line of the song and then nowhere else. Quite strange. The Master Quest theme song is definitely the most difficult one to talk about. Nothing comes even close to sticking out. The lyrics were already getting to be stale and derivative, even though this is only the second generation. This song doesn't sound too particularly great, and it doesn't exactly help that this same singer did a few songs after this one. This is where the charm of the other Gen 1 and 2 theme songs started to wear off. The lyrics and the sound are kind of samey. Although I don't want to give this too much hate. It is a milder variety of bad, which is why it's so high on the list. Because it doesn't really do too many bad things that actually make me angry. It's just kind of underwhelming.